I'm telling you, all it takes is one expert Doom Z player to change people's minds. Make sure you guys smash the and grab out of that RAM Championship button so you guys don't miss out on more content. Now, this is quite an interesting little takeaway because we have a lot more Sky Striker in this event than we really should be having right now. I'm actually kind of impressed with that because Sky Striker is kind of proving itself to be one of these rogue contenders that actually just been performing very, very well on at least the competitive side of this game, which actually, I gotta give it to you, it's pretty cool. Now, we did have two Yummy decks as we are heading into the new set this weekend. We are going to see, obviously, if Yummy is still going to remain one of the big challengers in the room, or if we are going to finally see, that divide and conquer with Blazing Dominion, which I think we will see Blazing really shake up this meta, which, if Sky Striker's still holding on, that new Solemn might blast it. And I don't really think Yummy's going to get too bullied here. We did have Radiant Typhoon. This deck, we might not be getting anything crazy out of this set, but Radiant Typhoon, I still feel like remains one of those very solid contenders. You have access to so much BS that actually allows this deck to feel very strong. Featherstorm just does so much work for this deck. It's honestly crazy. We do have a Mitsu variant, which basically was Yummy. I should have probably thrown it in the Yummy variations, but I found that kind of interesting to see that, Yummy Mitsurugi still is doing very well. We also had Vanquishal, which is no surprise, but we also had this one Doom Z duelist. And as we're heading into new support here, I am very curious to know how the Golden Bamboo stuff that this deck has been using, how it is going to mold and evolve itself as we head into the new block here, because particularly I'm very, very interested just to see the developments with that. Let's pass on over to deck list. So starting things off here, we have the unlimited power of Sky Striker, and honestly, Sky Striker still remains one of these decks that can just do so much for no real reason. Now, we are playing two rows in the main deck because this build has chosen to play Triple Desires. I think Triple Desires is such a crazy thing to see. How are you getting that much room in this list? But also, how are you not afraid of the consistency kickback from that? I guess also this list is playing triple tack talents and not playing a single thrust, which I kind of feel like I want to see thrust over tack talents in this. We're also not playing the Black Goat, which, makes sense. This list is oriented more so just to decombobulate the boards. You've also got crowns, droplets. Even main decking the Heavy Storm is incredibly interesting to see, but you do get to see those variations between our formats actually really, really shaping up and doing a lot of work. Next up here, we have Radiant Typhoon, and wow, straight off the bat, we are main decking the Triple Featherstorm. Well, there was always going to be that one guy that was going to ruin your entire experience while playing this game, and, it just happened to be this duelist. Nothing wrong with that, right? There's no crowns and no droplets anywhere to be seen in this list, and I'm more intrigued by that concept, that they managed to get away without having to play a lot of what we have considered the fat of the variations, and I don't know, that's very interesting to me that you can get away with seeing changes like that within the meta. So yeah, everybody. Also, it's very interesting to see two Underworld Goddess in the extra deck for this. You mean to tell me that this duelist has actually gone through the need for two Underworld Goddess for that contact link summon? I don't know, that's kind of scary. Next up here, we have Yummy Mitsurugi. Now, you do see that we are doing Futsu and Friends, which means you're going to extend out the package, you're going to play the two additional level 4s, and you're basically just going to be trying to get all of your crazy setup that you can. I also do see we are playing Dingrisu as our spot removal, rank 8, which is not bad. I do find it interesting that they are choosing to not play the Zombie Vampire. I guess maybe you're just afraid of giving your opponent resources, but to be truthfully honest with you, being able to reverse engineer into Yummy combo usually works out, but I guess your Yummy monster count is a lot lower. So, trying to hit the RNG mill on this probably is not going to get you quite the level results that you might be wanting to see. But my takeaway here is the list is still working. There's no real reason to actually be disappointed in something that is actually having success. Next up, we have Doomsy. And you've been seeing a lot of the Bamboo Sword, Equip Spell, Curse Bamboo stuff playing into these lists. This duelist has definitely perfected this list pre-Blazing Dominion, because I have seen such an incredibly awesome track record for this every single week that it's pretty impressive. But once you've got the master of your craft, I mean, this definitely works out. And I think quite possibly we might see somebody latch onto this in the TCG side and actually see some variations and trial and error runs with this, at least on our side of the game. And if we actually don't end up seeing variations with this, I think that'll be kind of sad, actually, because it does feel like that this is one of those decks that once you get the hang of the way that the deck is supposed to play and the control options, that you just get crazy good play value out of things. So definitely a development for sure. Next up here, we have Pure Yummy. You know, seeing the Illusion Spellcaster being built into the deck so that you can basically pivot into it off of the Herald is freaking hilarious, man. Also, it's not like you can't trade in Pyre's maps. You know, some of these other dead cards that you got to try to draw into some additional support along the way. Also very interesting to only see one draw on Lockbird in the main deck for this. Not exactly sure I like that all that much, but I guess it's also just so that you could, you know, cross out the draw on Lockbird if need be. Like if your opponent actually does have the stop button, you know, well, you know, you have some sort of cancel for that. Also, 2 droplets, so weird. Also, only, you know, seeing the limitations on Yummy in this list is kind of crazy, actually. And of course, we are side decking triple copies of Evenly Matched, triple copies of Dimensional Barrier. Yeah, this list definitely has a lot of craziness built in. Another Yummy variant. You know, you love to see it. 1 engage, 1 Hornet Drones is still hilarious. This list is actually playing the Sanguine to be able to extend through and do some extra play lines, which, that's fine, man. Recruiting for a Yummy monster that doesn't activate in hand and can still special summon itself still incurs you the free body so that you can basically continue to play the game, which is kind of nice. Still are playing the cross out, but we're not playing any of the extra, you know, Droll and Lockbird or the Nibiru that the previous list had going for it. So, I don't know. That's a little bit interesting, right? Having a little bit of variations. It's not a bad thing. We have the Heavy Storm and the Feather Duster down here in the side deck. Like usual, right? Like, you're going to be bringing in power cards that are going to give you the ability to basically stop the opponent from actually doing anything too detrimental to you. So, I don't know, I kind of like this. It's very interesting to see, once again, them key differences doing their job. We have more Sky Striker. Now, this Sky Striker variant actually is playing the new monster that gives you the 1,000 attack point boost. Not a super big fan of that monster, but I can understand why you're choosing to play it as, you know, the additional one of. I see we're also only playing 2 crowns in the main deck. I think that's fine. Still playing the triple upstart. You know, nobody in the OCG respects Droll and Lockbird at all. So, I mean, this deck's just going to get the chance to kind of play through its initial hands, and the opponent's not going to stop it. It's just, that's the reality of the situation, right? You may as well take full advantages. I see we are playing one of the Incredible Ecclesia Synchro 1 Albion to be able to loop through our stupid good cards, which is actually kind of nice, honestly. You also do see we are side decking the Shark Cannon, which I think is fine. But outside of that, toolbox options for this are looking pretty nice, all real things considered. So give it up, everybody, for some excitement for what's to come. And then our last list here is going to be Vanquish Soul. Playing 2 Impulse, 1 Fire Attacker. I feel like that's pretty alright at this stage. You do see we are doing 2 Case of Canine. I'm really surprised they do not maximize on Case of Canine just to make sure that you can see those monsters. I mean, like, yeah, there's a short chance that it is going to be a dead draw, but, like, I want to see good cards. I want good cards to be able to come up so I can actually play the game. You also see we are side decking the Brow to actually check Mitsurugi. So, you know, that really fun little thing to check the meta is absolutely working out. So what do you guys think? Please leave a comment down below. You know, tell me what you guys think. I'll see your beautiful faces back here in a day, guys. patrons. Thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.